Hey guys, I want to tell you a little story. I would like for you to meet Johnny McCoy. He was raised in an abusive household. Johnny's father found his grandfather, which would have been Johnny's great-grandfather, unalived by his own hand. His dad was 12 when it happened, and he was alone, trapped in the house with him until the next morning. He was never allowed to talk about it by his family, which created a lot of trauma and darkness in Johnny's father. So sadly, he beat Johnny and his mother relentlessly when Johnny was growing up. His mother turned to alcohol and drugs to deal with it, and it turned her into a full-blown addict, causing her to become emotionally and verbally abusive to Johnny. His father was in jail, and his mother was sent away for treatment when he was 17. She didn't return until he was well into his college. So Johnny went to school to become a lawyer. He finished law school and was picked up by a big law firm. He was well on his way until the night of October 17th, 2009, when the events of that night changed his life forever. He went to the restaurant and entertainment district of Columbia, South Carolina to pick up a friend of his. When he arrived, his friend, who was also an attorney, was standing outside the restaurant on his phone. His credit card was still inside and they wouldn't return it to him, so Johnny went in to see if he could get it back. When he came back out, he found his friend on the ground with 3 police officers on top of him. Johnny approached to find out what was going on and was assaulted by the 3 police officers and then was also arrested. While he was there, he witnessed another inmate take his own life and watched an officer go into shock who also witnessed it. They cut this inmate down and they had to sit there and stare at him on the floor for 4 hours. A judge found out what had happened and that they were in there, and that he decided to hold an emergency bond hearing at midnight. Following Johnny's release, he was diagnosed with PTSD, generalized anxiety disorder, depression, and panic disorder, and placed on benzodiazepines. And on these pills, he was able to eat, breathe, and sleep and actually function. But he didn't know that the prescription marked a slow walk into a darkness filled with pain, very real physical pain. Pain that can't be described with mere words. It was the beginning of his end. The arresting officers lied about his participation when he was arrested and falsified evidence to back up their word. Luckily, a street cam caught everything, but the police and the attorneys dug in and came after Johnny and his family. He was harassed by the Blue Wall, received unalived threats, and was in constant fear of rearrest. The harder they came for him, the worse Johnny's mental health got. After 4 years, he finally won his case. All charges were dropped, and he was awarded over $300,000. He took the money and opened his own legal clinic, defending and winning every case, using police corruption as his main base. Even though he was winning, he wasn't in a good place. Undiagnosed PTSD and an alcohol and Xanax addiction created a darkness unlike any other. After not sleeping for 4 nights straight, he decided he didn't want to wake up ever again. Thankfully, he did not succeed, and the next day he checked himself into rehab. After 34 days of excruciating pain, he was released and sober. He searched for peer groups to continue his healing, but he couldn't find anything compatible. That journey helped him to create an app called White Flag. You can download it from the App Store. It connects you immediately with someone who has gone through what you were going through, someone you can talk to, someone who might be able to help you. It's a free download. I did a quick walkthrough and videoed it. It's playing behind me. Check it out. White Flag. You raise it when you need the help. If you look at the names of the people that are on here, these are people that have gone through the same things that you have. They put down beside their name what their area of expertise is in, what they've gone through, and any of these people, you feel free to reach out. It is still fairly anonymous. You don't have to give them all your information. They won't know who you are, but it gives you somebody to talk to. Sometimes that's all it takes, is just somebody to talk to. That could very easily save your life. Check it out, download it, walk your way through it. White Flag. Thanks, Johnny. I know you went through some crap, but it brought you to this place, and hopefully this place is going to save a lot of lives.